So hello everyone, it's me Harshit again from Sky Techie, and this is part 4 of complete PictoBlox series. Till now we have covered everything from complete overview of the software to control block palette inside normal block coding, for which you can find the link in I button. And today in this video we will be going to cover the remaining blocks of normal block coding. Then we will cover the left broadcast and clone blocks, and finally in the end I will be sharing two examples with stepwise guide, one animation and a game. So without wasting any time, let's get started.
Now we are at sensing. Okay, so let's start with the sensing block palette. What kind of things, or what's the purpose of blocks inside sensing? So here in sensing we got again like a multiple blocks, and like the first three blocks, if you can notice, I've already told you these three are diamond shaped kind of blocks, and these type of blocks are boolean blocks, you can call them as, and these type of blocks only returns true or maybe false. Okay, so like touching mouse pointer. So to like for what this block is actually like checking or sensing. So inside sensing, the blocks which are there are something which is capable of sensing the environment of this vector block. So maybe this character. Okay, so touching mouse pointer, for whom this block is checking, is actually Tobi. So whether Tobi is touching mouse pointer or not. Okay, so if my mouse pointer is touching Tobi, it will print true, otherwise it will print false. So I'm not that much fast I can click on this block and can go over there. Okay, so I'm not that much fast. So to check this, what I will do is like I will check this condition continuously, and to make something happen continuously we use control and then forever. Whatever code we written right inside forever will kept on executing it till eternity. So I can go to like looks to print something and then say block, and I can insert this. Now you may be wondering like how I can insert like a pill kind of like empty this type of block. Um, sorry, this diamond shaped block inside this pill kind of block. So the thing is, using say block, you can print output, and this is acting as a output source for now, which is like just printing true and false. So that's why I can enter. You can get an identification of that, like if it is like, can you notice that white color boundary? If it is not displaying that white color of boundary, then I am not able to attach it, but it is showing, which means I can attach it. So you can see it automatically adjusted this shape accordingly. Now just look at this part of the code, which is continuously it will check whether the character is touching mouse pointer or not. So let me execute it. Now you can notice that yellow color boundary, which means like the code is executing, and now you can see Toby is saying false, and as soon as I touches it, it has started to say true. Can you notice that? Okay, so this is how this block works. Let me delete this part, and like if you look at the drop down menu, it has a edge option as well. So if the Toby is touching edge, so like it is saying false, and as soon as I touch it to edge, it is saying true, true, false, true, true, false. Okay. Now let me delete this and stop the code. Just similar to that, I do have another block which is touching color. So whether Toby is touching this color. For now this color is not even at this screen. So let us do one thing. Let's add some background, maybe this one. Okay. Now this color maybe still is not there. So what we will do, we will click on this part and we can adjust these bars to select some color. But you know, like we are even talking about red color, so there are different type of red color, light, dark red, and magenta, and other different colors. So we will not be able to identify that color properly. So what I suggest is select that dropper, and after that, can you notice that whole screen is like greenish colored? So don't click over anywhere, just hover our mouse to the stage area, and now you will get this dropper kind of thing where you can select color. So let me select the color of table. Now that color is automatically or perfectly selected over there. Now if I execute this code, it is saying false. Forever it is checking whether the tube is touching this color or not. It is saying false, but as soon as I touch it with this color, it will start to say true. Can you see? True, because this color is at table over there. False. And if I'm touching like maybe over this part, it will still say false. False. Okay. I hope you have got this. Now, another block which is color is touching color. What is this? So color, the first color is for Tobi and second color is for the environment. So the color inside Tobi is touching this color. So can you notice like there are different colors in Tobi? And if I only wish to like check whether the red paint is touching this color or not, not any other part of the body. So I can select this like let me first select the paint color of the Tobi, and then maybe some other color. Let's take this color this time. Okay. Now let me check this. Okay. So like I am selecting like going green, it's saying false. Each and every place it is saying false, and even like for the full body it is saying false. But as soon as this paint start to touch this color, only then it says true. Okay, so we can even add color for the Tobi as well. Okay, can you see? Take it. So I hope this is clear to you how we can check for the colors as well. And these three different type of blocks, which is of the shape of diamond, are actually Boolean blocks which only returns true or false. Now let me stop the code. And like, can you guess what this block will provide us? This is an pill-shaped block. Then it is going to provide us some output, which we can use to provide some input. So distance to mouse pointer. So whatever distance between this character and mouse pointer is, this block will provide me. So just for an example, I'm clicking over this. This will provide me distance from this character to mouse pointer. And like if there is like maybe multiple characters, we can find the distance between them as well. Okay. So this block will provide the distance. Now, let's look at this block a little later. These two blocks are connected together. Let's look at other blocks. So this block will be again a Boolean block which only provides true and false, and it is actually checking for which key is pressed. So remember that block in events, which is like this one. This one is also checking for like which key is being pressed, like maybe space, up, down arrow. But the difference is this is like this kind of block, initialization kind of block. But this block is like which we can use inside if else. So we can do like checking of the any button pressed in keyboard using two ways, using this block or using this block. If this block is not available, we can use this one. How and where we can use this one is actually we can use it that way. Like if space key is pressed, I wish to say maybe hello, and otherwise it will say think hum. So I am pressing space button. Okay, like I have not executed the code. To execute this one, I need to attach first forever so that it keeps on checking the conditionally, continuously, so that it keeps on checking the conditions continuously. And then inside event, let me do this. Now the code is executing. Now if I'm pressing the space button, it is saying hello. And as soon as I like stops, it says home. Okay, so now you can see like my hands are over there and it's saying home. And as soon as I press the space button, it starts say hello. Okay, let's go back. Similarly, using this, I can check whether mouse is down or not. Again, using that same thing, which is to go to looks, say mouse down, and like putting it inside the forever so that it keeps on checking continuously. So you can see like it is saying false, and as soon as I click on my mouse, it is saying true. So it is detecting whether you are clicking or not. Okay, not over the Tobi. You can click over any other place as well. So not over any other area, which means like only over this stage. So if you are clicking somewhere on this stage, it's detecting it as true, otherwise false. Okay, let's go back to sensing. Now using this one, we can print the value of mouse X. So you can see like it is printing the current value of mouse cursor. And similarly for mouse Y we can do. So these are like few different blocks which we can use to sense the environment. This is to set draggable, whether you are able to drag that character or not, loudness, timer, reset timer. So these are like few other different blocks which is to sense something. Okay. So let me tell you the important over there, like you can current year and days since 2020 and username, which will only print if you have logged in. So the username of your account and current year and days since 2000. So this will be providing that to you, but timer and reset timer may be important for us. Whenever you are starting a program, so let me click on reset timer. And now if I click on timer, it will provide me some time. So we can use it actually to calculate some kind of a score. So we can attach reset timer at very starting, and just after that timer is actually automatically started counting time. So like 5 seconds, 6, 7. So this we can use to like some kind of a score. So when we are starting a car racing game, just for an example, which we have designed in this PictoBlox, in the start we do reset timer, and at the time when the race is finished, we can capture the value of time so that we can get an idea how the player is like actually live for this much of time. Yeah. The last part for the sensing block palette, which is like ask and answer. So these two blocks are connected together. Let me stop the code first. So how these two are connected? These two blocks we can use to get some input, and that input will be stored inside this answer. So just suppose I am asking, ask what's your name and wait. If I click on this block, it will keep on waiting until I have provided some output. So this window, can you see? I can provide like my name as I have asked that same question, and then I can press enter on my keyboard, or maybe like click over this. Okay, now you can see that's like boom, it's invisible now. But whatever I provided as an answer is saved into this answer block, and if I click over that part, you can see it displays Harshit. Now again, there is a checkbox in front of it which I can check to display the same thing over there. Now if I'm again asking it, and RN I have entered and enter, so it deleted the previous value and stored a new value which is RN. So whenever you are like executing again and again, it keeps on like deleting the previous value to store the new one. Okay. So like I can change the text as well. I can use it to ask whatever I wish to do, maybe age, gender and class, or like interested course, AI, machine learning, etc. etc. I can ask whatever I wish to do. So till now we have completed motion, looks, sound, events, control and sensing block palette, except for those 6 blocks which we will be going to cover at very end. Now let's move towards the operators block palette, which is like actually very useful for performing some calculation or to perform some operations. This block palette area we can use to perform different operations. I will not be going to demonstrate this. Plus I can enter one number over there and another number over there, and if I click, it will provide me the summation, addition of both of these numbers. Similarly for minus, multiplication, divide, and if I wish to print it on the screen, I can use say block. And again, this shape matches, I can place it over there, and the summation will be printed over there as well. Okay. Let's go back. Plus, minus, multiply, divide. Simple, very simple. Pick random. 1 to 10. It will provide us a random number between 1 to 10. 8. Again, click 3. So it's just like a dice. In dice, we have a range from like the dice which we used to like play in Ludo. So there is a range of 1 to 6. So any number can come from like maybe 1 to 6. So that same range I can enter over there, and we can make a Ludo kind of game as well. Okay. So like you can enter two number ranges, maybe the starting range and the ending range, and it will provide some random number depending upon the range you have provided. Now, these we have already seen. Okay. These type of blocks are actually like Boolean kind of blocks. Whatever block is in the shape of that diamond kind of thing, we can check conditions using them, like whether number is greater, smaller, or equals to. So again, this part is I am not showing you again. Now, these 3 blocks are again Boolean blocks, but it is a little different, and we will be going to look at them. And or not. So if you are maybe like a computer science student, or maybe physics or electronics student, then you must have seen them before. Okay. So these are the things which are there in mathematics part as well. So let's start with the very simple one. Okay. So for this part, we need some condition. So let's take like whatever condition you can take. There is not required. You only take equal one. So I've taken some random condition. Okay. So like let me attach it first. Now just focus on this part. What it will return? True for sure. And if I enter some other number, it will return false. Okay. So let me enter 50 over. It's true. But as soon as I put it inside the not operator, not actually what actually not do is like it returns, or like it opposites the current input. So like the input from this block is actually, you can say, true, and it will make it opposite, which is false. Okay, can you see? It returns false. Still both of them are true, but still it is returning me false. And if the condition is false, it is returning me true. So not makes whatever condition is there opposite. Like if it is false, it will convert it to true. If it is true, it will convert it to false. That's not. That's very simple one. Now let me like go with the AND one. So like this is similar to something relating to and OR gate. So we consider in programming true as 1 and false as 0. And like if I show you, okay, so this is for the AND. Don't focus over this part, just focus over this. So 0 is actually false. So if we have provided the first one, can you notice there are like two input fields, like first and second, first one and second one, where we can enter two conditions. So if the first condition is false and second condition is false, output will be false. First is false, second is true, output still will be false. First is true, second false, output still be false. But only if both conditions are true, only then output will be true. Okay, let me explain it to you in very simple way. So end is just like both of the conditions should be true, only then it will return true. Okay. So like for the case of not, you have seen like it will return the opposite. Like if it's false, it is returning true. If it's true, it is returning false. But for the case of AND, it will return like here, as we can enter like two conditions. So like first condition over there, and let me duplicate it, and another condition over there. So can you see like two conditions I've entered? So this should be true and this should be true. Only then it will return true. Otherwise, it will keep on returning false. So for now, both conditions are false. It return false. Let me change the second condition to true, and first one is still false. Still false. And this time let me change the first condition to true and second to false. Still false. Because both of the conditions should be true. Okay. Only then it returns true. So there are four cases, like the total of four cases possible, and among those four cases, it will return only true when both of the conditions are true. Now, I hope you have got it about AND. And if you look at OR is again something different. OR is actually like it is saying any one of the condition true, I return true. Okay. So for this case, if both of the conditions are true, return true. If one of the condition, let's say like the second condition is true, return true. If say second condition is like false, first condition is true, it returns true. It returns false only and only if both of the conditions are false. Okay. So you can say like AND returns among four cases, AND returns only one time true, and among four cases OR returns only one time false. So I hope this is clear to you. Like, but you may be wondering like where we can use this kind of logic. So we can use this kind of logic to do checks conditions, like let's say just for an example, you are applying for a voting card, and the condition given there is your age should be greater than, like just take an example. I will be explaining you variable a little later, but say from this here, I am variable, I'm creating a variable named as age. Okay, let me refresh it by going again, age. This is your age. Okay, this is your age. So age should be greater than 40 and less than 50. So you are willing to apply for a voter ID card, just for an example, and there is a like certain limit which is given to you. To apply for a voter ID card, you should be at least greater than 80 or smaller than 50. Both of the conditions should be true. Okay. And for the voter ID card, this should be not OR gate. This should be an AND gate. Like this. This will work for voter ID card. So like for applying for a voter ID card, you should be at least 18 years of age. So if you are like less than 80, you will not be able to apply. And if you are like less than, okay, so like something, age should not be also greater than 50. Okay, so like we can check it out as well. So if I provide some value to age, like let's go to variable. I will explain this part a little later. So suppose my age is 0. All and 0 will not work. Let me add my age is 5. Okay. And let me click over there as well so that it displays. So you can see my age. Let me click. So my age is 5. So age, this contains 5 because it is a variable. I will explain you again. It is returning false. I can't apply for voter ID card. Okay, let's see. My age is 90. Let me set it. It's 90. Now check it. True. You can apply for voter ID card. What if I goes of 51? Agar My age is of 51. It's 51. Let me check it. False. So I hope you have now got an idea of AND or AND NOT gate. Okay. Now let's move further, which is like join letter 1, length, and apple. These three blocks are again output blocks, and this one is like boolean, which only provides 0 1, which you can call them as true false. Join. Using this block you can like join two of the texts together. So apple and banana, if I click, apple and banana will be joined together. I can duplicate this as well and place it again. Now this time apple, apple, banana. So I can join multiple text characters together using join block. Letter 1 of apple. So what is letter 1 of word apple? It is A, so it will provide me that. I can add like maybe A, B's. Let me add cars. Now I'm asking what is letter 1 of cars? It is C. Okay. This kind of thing, this kind of thing we can use this. Okay. Now we have length of apple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check. It's saying 5. Okay. So like whatever text I have inserted inside this, it will provide the length of that specific character. Let me try by adding a gap, apple and A. Apple gap A. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means it also counts the gap as well. Okay. Now, last one. Apple contains A. It is checking whether apple contains A or not. Yes, it is containing. So it should return true. And let's say if I remove the A from there. Now let's check. It should return false. Okay, that's correct. So these type of operations we can perform inside operators block palette. And at last we have like few other mathematical parts as well. This one we can use to like calculate mod of something. So just for an example, if I enter 4 modulus 2, so it will provide me 0, which is like 4 is completely divisible by 2. Okay, you can divide 4 completely by 2. So we can use this part to detect even odd as well. And if I'm dividing 5 by 2, it will return me some remainder. Round off is like a rounding of a number. So just for an example, I am writing 5 point, maybe let's say 4, and let's round it. It is providing me 5. And if I'm writing a number which is 5.6, it should provide me 6. So it's over there. And then inside apps, if you click here, you will be get sine, cos, tan, ceiling, log, etc., etc., square root. You can perform all of these, just provide value over there, and then you can perform whatever you wish to do, like mathematical part, using this block. So finally, we have covered motion, look, sound, events, control, sensing, and operators block palette completely, except for those 6 blocks I'm again reminding of. Now let's move towards the variables part. Okay, so now let's start with the variables block palette and see how we can use variables block palette from very starting. So we have created a variable h in the last part. So let me delete it first. By using the right click, I have deleted the variables. If it's not refreshing, you can change the block palette and then come back to it again, and then you will see it is refreshed. So that is an like a quick little glitch which you may face sometime. Okay. Now, variable start before starting variable, we should understand what actually a variable is. So like to do this, like let me hide this as well first. So variable is just like a container. So just suppose you have 2 containers. I'm just like providing an example. So suppose you have 2 containers. In one of the container you have like maybe milk, you can say, and in another container you have water. So like the container, let me open my paint as well so that I can guide you better over this part. So this is the container 1 and this is the container 2. Okay, let me name them as well using the marker. So like this is the container 1 and this is the container 2. So in the container 1 you have like you can say milk M, and in the container 2 you have water W. Now what you need to do is you actually need to put the water from container 2 to container 1 and the milk from container 1 to container 2. How will you do? Both of the containers are completely filled. You may have to like empty one of the container first, only then you will be able to put the content inside another one. Okay, because both of them are already filled, and you can't just directly put them in each other at the same time. So at this time, what you actually need is you need to use a third container. Okay, so just for an example, I have use a third container over there, and yes, maybe you can take it as there's a maybe another jug or maybe another glass, you can say. Now what we can actually do is we can put any of the thing first, like maybe the milk or water first inside this container. So you can select, now water is inside the third container and this container is empty now. Okay, so you can say this one is empty. So this is empty now. Now we can, what we can do is we can put milk from this container to this, and now milk is over there. And now once the milk is in the second container, milk will be not there and first container will be empty. And from the third container, we can put milk, water over there. So that's what we wish to get, water inside first container and milk inside second container. So what actually this is, the containers are just like variables which we are actually using to store something inside them. And we use third variable, or you can call as third container, when we wish to interchange the values of them. Because if we suppose if we don't use this third container, then what will happen? If you don't use the third container, then what will what should have happened is let me remove this. If you don't use this third container, then you may need to throw content of one of the container first. So that something same happens with variables. So let's take another example. So just let's take, this is a variable container which is named as A. This is a container which is named as A container. So inside A container, just take an example that you have installed or stored two. A is a container and you have inserted two inside it, and two captures the whole space. Now you need to insert some other thing. So if you are inserting some other thing, maybe 3 wants to be inside A, then what will happen when you are inserting 3? The 2 will be automatically removed and it will become 3. And if after 3 maybe you wish to insert 4 as well, then 3 will be automatically removed and now it only contains 4. Only one thing can be kept inside. Okay, that's something happens with the containers, or you can call variables. Okay, now let's go back to our PictoBlox. So you can create variables using this make a variable option. So variable is something same which are there in mathematics. If you have used x, y, z, so these are variables. So I can click on make a variable and can create a variable maybe x. And here we can define what this type of variable can store, maybe only number or a string. A string is actually text character, you can say. So English character, it is capable of storing. So for now, I just need a variable which only can store numbers. So I can click. And for all sprite means if I am using multiple sprite here, I can create for them all. And if I'm using only a sprite, I can select this one. So let me do it as it is. Now I have created, and if it is not displaying again over there, you can just come back to the block palette again. It will be visible. So this is round in shape, and if I click over this, it will display the current value. The current value is 0. I can click on this checkbox to display the current value over there as well. Now again here we get set and change. So if I set 2 to x, I can change it by this. So if 2 is inside this x variable, okay? If I have set it 2, now changes something different, we will look into something same which we have seen previously for x, x's, y, x's and other things. Now if 2 is inside this character and I wish to store 4 as well, so if I store 4, can you see 2 will be removed and 4 automatically appears over there. Now as it is a number type of variable, I can increment or decrement it. So current value is 4 and change x by 1. If I click this, it will keep on increasing the current value of x by 1. So it is if it is 12 and I click on this again, it will become 13 and 14 and 50. So this will keep on happening. I hope this is clear to you, what are variables and how we can design them and how we can use set and change. Okay, now show variable is actually to show variable over there, and hide is to hide. So you can select the name of your variable and then click show. Show as to display it over there if you are not willing to use this checkbox. Otherwise, you can use checkbox as well, and using hide, you can hide it. So this is variable, and like in the end, I will show you like 3 programs as well after completing all of the blocks. Now, make a list. So make a list is like creating a kind of list normally. So I can create list for only one character or for other character. So let me create a list named as car names and then click OK. So I have created a list car names, and again if it is not displaying, just switch back to this, and now these are all the blocks which are created for list. Okay, so like don't get confused or like think like, oh, these are a lot of blocks. This is very simple. Car names is the list, and if I'm clicking on car names, it will display whatever inside the list. So list is empty. It's just like making a list whatever items we wish to get from market. So we can add my items inside my list, and whatever items are there in the list, it will display the same. It's exactly something similar to lists in real life. Okay, so here I can select which list is there. So for now I have only one list. So if just for an example, I wish to buy some different cars, so I can add them inside my list. So just for an example, I need to buy maybe like Scorpio. Just for an example, I can click on add. So it is added in there in the script because I've already executed it. Now maybe like let me add some other car, which let me add Range Rover. Add, it is already it will be added in the car, and then maybe Ferrari. Okay, and then Rolls Royce. Okay, so you can select, I have added maybe 3 to 4 different cars inside my car names list. Now if I execute this, it will display Scorpio, Range Rover, Ferrari, Rolls Royce, these all cars inside this list. So this is like normal list. I have added these things inside my car. Okay, now again there's a checkbox in front of it, and if I click, it will show me the same over there. So length of the script is 4, which means it contains 4 characters, or like sorry, 4 items. Now delete is over there. Delete one of car names. So this will delete the first, which is Scorpio. I don't wish to buy Scorpio. I click, Scorpio is deleted. Now if I again click, this time one is Range Rover. Okay, so it will not like leave that space empty. It will like shift it. So if I click, this time Range Rover will be deleted. And similarly, I do have delete all of car names. Using this block, I can delete all the contents, like making list completely empty. Then we have insert and replace. Insert is actually like if I wish to insert or like place something instead of Range Rover at one. So what I can do is like my first priority goes for maybe like Jaguar. Now can you see Jaguar is now at 1. Okay, so it will like replace the item over at that position. Like for an example, I wish to add maybe on third number, I wish to add maybe some other car. So like let me add Land Rover. Okay, can you see now third place. Okay, sorry, I forget to change the position. It's still 1. So let me do this third. Can you see? Now, third position, it is the Land Rover, and for Range Rover and then Ferrari. And you also notice one more thing by using the same. Okay, there can be 2 different items of the same name as well inside the list. Now, if I wish to replace the item Land Rover, which is like duplicated, so I wish to like change it with some other thing. So I can select replace item 1 of the list, and with what? So I can enter that name over there. So suppose I wish to change it with like you can say Lamborghini. So I have entered Lamborghini, and okay. So this way we can do these things like interaction with the list. Now item 1 of car names, again it is like pill kind of shape or oval kind of shape. It will provide us output. So what is item 1 of car name? It's Lamborghini. We can see, but if I click, it will provide the same output to me. And then item has of thing in car names. So item number of the object which we can. So if I click, thing is not there, so it will provide me 0. But for an example, if I wish to get the item number of Rolls Royce, so it will provide me 6, which is at this 6. Let's check it for Jaguar. It is providing me 2. Now just let me know in the comment section, what if I search small jaguar over there, what it will return. It is written inside like first letter is a capital, but just let me know in the comment section what it will return to me if I ask it for small jaguar. So return or comment down in the comment section below what it will return when I search for jaguar inside this list. Okay, let's move forward. So we have covered almost each and everything. We can car names contain thing, so it will provide us true or false because it's like a diamond kind of say whether the specific list contains this object or not, or this will provide the length of that specific thing, and this will show the list and this will hide the list like this. So we have covered each and every single block still except those 6 blocks inside the PictoBlox normal block palette option. And I hope you have got a complete idea what are those different blocks. Now let's move to that part and let's complete those blocks as well. Okay, so now we are here again in the events block palette, and let me switch the background to simple one. So let me add a very simple basic background at the back first. Now let's understand the 3 blocks in events block palette which we have skipped previously, which is like a broadcast message kind of blocks, and inside control block palette, which is when I start as clone kind of blocks. Okay, so these are the 6 blocks which we will be going to understand one by one. So let's start with the broadcast one first. Okay, so suppose if I do have multiple characters on my screen, so let's add some surprise character, any character it can be. Let me add again. Okay, so this Jamal, one more character is over there. Now we do have 2 characters, one is Tobi and another one is Jamal. So now I need to select character which I am coding actually. So just suppose if I wish to make Tobi do something, I need to code inside Tobi. For an example, I wish to make Tobi move. I need to add this move block inside Tobi, and if I execute, only Tobi will move. Okay, you can see Jamal is actually not moving. But if I wish to move Jamal, I need to enter this code in Jamal as well. But this time only Jamal is moving. But how we can make the both of the characters move or do some action together? To do this, there is a one tricky way we can assign when green flag on both of them, because green flag in over there in the both of them, and if I click now, both of the characters will move. But that's not actual way. This is like a kind of trick which we can use. But then how we can make some connection between 2 of the characters, maybe more than 2 of the characters? So for this purpose, we use when receive broadcast message kind of thing. This is actually just like calling your friend and then asking your friend as well to do some specific thing as well. Okay. So there are 3 blocks, which is when I receive message, which means when I receive some message. And you will receive a message only and only when there is someone who is sending you that message. Okay. So to execute this block, maybe this or this block should be executed first. This is the first step and this is the second step, you can say. If this block is executed, only then this one will be executed. Now, what's the difference between this and this? The difference is clear, and wait. This one will wait and this one will directly send the message. We will get a more clear idea of this, but for now, let's use only the simple one. Okay, now this is just like a phone, and this is just like a phone which your friend have, and this is the phone which you have. Now, using this phone, you can dial to your friend and can ask him to do something. So, suppose Tobi is first friend and Jamal is second friend. Tobi wish to do Jamal do something. So, Tobi will send, call him, and Jamal will receive him. So, this block should be there in Jamal. Now, now I can drag and drop this block again from here. But if you are interested in moving some code from one character to another, you can do it like this. So can you see that purple color highlight? And if I drops it after purple color highlight, and okay, it's not there. Let me do it again. So like this, now the code will be there. Okay. So this way you can drag and drop code into another character as well. Now delete it from there. Now, if I clicks on this, Jamal will receive a call kind of thing, you can say. So the actual I can broadcast or send a message. This is to send a message. So message 1 is already there, but it is just like a code word which should be same. So let me make a code word which is start, and same code word should be received by Jamal as well. So if I am clicking on this block, the code inside Jamal will start to execute. So just for an example, using Tobi now, I will show you how we can move Jamal. So if I wish to move Jamal, I can go like this and then say hello. Let's say like move 10 step. Now let's go back to Tobi. And if I click on this block, Jamal will move. Just notice. Can you see? So I'm controlling Jamal using Tobi. So this is how we can make connections between two characters by using broadcast. Now let's do one more thing, which is to make move both of the characters together. So just for an example, this is the block. And after this, I wish to make Tobi move and Jamal will move. So now if I'm executing this, can you see both of the characters are moving together? Broadcast start, and as soon as the message broadcast, Jamal will receive the same and he will be two moving. Now, what I'm doing is like I'm putting this code just to for the explanatory purpose on the same screen. So like this is just to explain. This code is for the Tobi and this code is for the Jamal. So what actually is happening when you clicks on the code, when this line is executed, it sends a command to Jamal. And when the message is broadcast, Jamal receives it and start doing something. But what actually happening is this time is like happening is the message is broadcasted over there and this will execute, and at the same time this will too be executed. But that's why it is like it is happening like both of the characters are moving at the same time. But if you have used broadcast and wait, then what will happen? It will send a message to Jamal and then it will wait for the code inside Jamal to be finished. So for an example, let make Jamal wait 1 more second. Now let's try to execute. You will see like at first Jamal moved and then after 1 second Tobi moved because it waited for the code of Jamal to be finished. So that's the difference between normal broadcast and broadcast and wait. Okay. I hope it is clear to you now. And let me put it again on the same screen so as to provide you a better explanation. Okay. Now this is for Tobi and this is for Jamal. When we click broadcast start and wait, this sends a message over there. Okay, the message received by Jamal. Now it started executing the code below, but this time it is still waiting. Previous time it like after just sending message start doing its own work, but this time it is waiting for the reply. You can say once the work is done by Jamal, only then it will start executing the code which is attached below. I hope it is clear to you now. Okay. Now let's delete this character and let's go to control block palette and understand these three blocks, which is when I start as clone, create clone of myself and delete this clone. Okay. So for this again, we need two characters and using these blocks again, we can make some connection between two characters as well. So let me select another sprite and this time I'm selecting a bullet character. Okay, which is like a let me show you like a quick example which we can use while designing kind of shooting games. Okay, so you already know the meaning of clone. Clone is actually duplicating something or creating a duplicated version of something. So if I click on when I start as clone, so there are three blocks when I start as clone to create a like create clone of myself is used to create a clone. When I start as clone, this will be connected to this one. So first step is this, and if this is executed, only then this will be executed because this is an initialization statement. And remember, if you found any block with this bridge kind of shape, you can't attach any block at the top of that block. Okay, because at top of this block, no block will be attached because of this shape. Now, if you execute this one will automatically execute it because it's connected to this one. So this is the first step and this is the second step. So we can keep this in first character and we can keep this in another character. And once the clone is created, if you wish to delete the clone, you can use this option. But this works in a like little different way, which I will show you. Like by just directly clicking on delete clone, this will not delete clone. Okay, let's start with very simple. So suppose for now I'm coding in Tobi. If I click on this, create clone of myself, I've executed this code, but can you notice anything? Nothing happened. But if you just like drag and drop Tobi, now you are able to see two of the Tobis are there on the main screen. Okay. Now if I again click, now just notice again, this is the main character, this one, and again one more clone is there. So now you can see three clones. But if I click on delete clone, the clones are not deleted because the deleting clone process should be like a continuous flow, only then it works. Otherwise, we have to click on stop all maybe from the blocks or over there to delete extra clones. Okay. Now, one more thing, like using this block, now I can make clones or duplicates. And at the same time, this block will be executed. So as soon as the clone of Tobi is created, I wish to make it move 10 steps or like maybe 50 steps forward. Let's try. You can see like the cloned version is like 50 steps forward, like which is like there should be 2 clones now. Okay, sorry, this one. Okay, so this way it works now. Let me stop it and do something creative. So like what we will be going to do is like we will be going to create a clone of Bullet using Tobi. Okay, so like we will be cloning Bullet using Tobi. So what we will need to do is like we will be going to use this inside Tobi and use this inside Bullet. Yes, for sure you can create clones of other as well by selecting the name of the character. So now using Tobi I can create the clone of Bullet. I have copied this to Bullet. Now what I wish to do is as soon as the clone of Bullet is created, I wish to make it move. So let's make it move in a gliding way to Tobi. Okay, this way we can make it move. So this block is blue color and that's why I have like drag and drop inside from the motion. Now let's see how it works. But before that, like we can change the size as well as the direction of Bullet. So let me make it a little more bigger. So it's 100. Let me make it to 150 and I think it's fine now. And like let me change the direction towards this. Okay, now it's like facing towards Tobi as well. Yeah. So like this we are not using now. If I clicks on this, a clone of a duplicate of Bullet is created, and as soon as the clone is created, it will start going by sliding towards Tobi. Let's see. Are you able to see? So like kind of like Bullet shooting kind of effect. Actual Bullet is at its position, but the clones are going towards Tobi. Now there's like bullets collecting over Tobi, which we wish to delete. So we have to use this stop button. But now what we can do is like inside Bullet, as soon as it goes to Tobi, after that, like inside continuous flow, we can delete them. Only then it will work. Now we can delete them. Okay. So it is like continuous flow of program. We are not executing it separate, like, oh, like bullet is going, clone is created, and then after we are clicking it. It will not work. But if we attach it in a continuous flow, only then delete won't work. So now let me check it out. You can see as soon as the bullet touches Tobi, it automatically deletes. So like it is also giving a like a kind of effect, like bullet is like going inside Tobi. So like this is a program, and if you wish to like for now I'm like have to click on this again and again. But in game you can maybe use space button to fire bullets like this. Okay. So this kind of thing we can do. Now let's add some more fun. If I wish to make the bullet character move, so I need to go to bullet character first, and then here I can add 2 buttons, which is like if I'm pressing the up arrow, and then like you can say this is first game you can say like which we are designing. So if I'm pressing down arrow, if I'm pressing up arrow, I wish the bullet to move up, which is like y-axis. This is y-axis now. So what I can do is I can go to motion and move. So like the direction is already in upward direction. Like let me make it 0 first. Upward direction, if I click, so the bullet will move up, and if I use -10, the bullet will move down. So like this. Okay. Now what I can do, I can move this character bullet. I'm using like the arrow keys, which is top button and the down button arrow key in my keyboard, and space I can find bullets. So this is like something space shooting kind of effect. But for now, I know like the bullets are automatically going to Tobi because we have provided the same program. But like we can modify it more to like create a game as well. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. We have completed all of the blocks. Each and every single blocks we have looked into and then completed them. And I hope you have like each and everything clear to you now. And if you still faces any doubts, any problems, or have doubt any specific block, you can let me know in the comment section, and I will try to reply you as soon as possible. Okay. So the last thing which is only like remaining for now is my blocks. Because there are no blocks, that's why I mentioned like we have completed all of the blocks. It is the area where we can create our own blocks. So it is actually not creating blocks, it is actually creating functions, we can say. So in my blocks, if you click on make a block, so you can create your custom block which is actually a function. So before that, let me explain you what actually a function is. So like let's just take an example. Functions are actually used to reduce our code burden. So you are writing a program to do maybe like for a calculator or like to do plus again and again. Now you don't wish to like do that plus or some again and again. So you can reduce code redundancy, like repeatability of code using functions. So for that purpose, we use functions. So whatever code you are writing, maybe like for maybe 10 times, 20 times, for that purpose, we can create a function. And whenever we need to use that specific piece of code, we can call that function so that that code will be automatically executed. So I'm not providing you an exact example for this, but like a little of example so that you can have a like better idea of what actually we can do using function. So suppose my goal is to, maybe you can say like add two numbers again and again, like multiple numbers. So like for sure I need to have used this and need to print output as well. So I can maybe use this like this, and here I can provide numbers. So whenever I need to like do sum, I need to execute this code. But what if I create a function for this? So make a block, will can name it sum. Like just directly type on keyboard, you will not be able to click on this part. Just directly type sum. And for sure, if I am doing sum, I need two numbers. So I can click number, add number. So can you see both number are same? So we need to change the name. So I will click A, and like it will not provide you a cursor, but you can click B. So now we do have two different. So the name should be unique for both of them. Like it should not be same. So A and B are two numbers. This way we can add other things as well. So for now I have added number. So this is my function. The function define. Let me delete this part for now. Now if you go to my blocks, you will see sum. So this is the function definition where I will define my function, like what will happen if I click on this block. This is the new block which I have created. So whatever which will be going to happen when clicking on this block should be defined over there. So what I wish, whenever someone clicks on this block, what will happen? It will print the sum of both of the numbers. So like this. Okay, done. Like it's not actual example for the use case of my blocks or maybe function, but for sure using this way you can understand. So whenever I'm executing this code, wherever I wish to use, I can just, so you can see 2, and like I can just actually change number and 7, and then maybe 9. Okay, so this is the function calling part. Using this I can call the function, and this is function definition. So function calling, and this is function definition. So finally we are done with each and everything inside PictoBlox, all of the block palettes and all of the blocks. And I hope you have enjoyed this session of understanding blocks. Let me guide you how you can design your own character. So if you go to paint, you will be provided with this area, and here you can use the different shapes to design whatever character you wish to design. So just for an example, let me design a character in front of you, which is like something like this. Okay, whatever I wish to design, I can design. Let me design. Okay, so like I am designing just randomly. So I am designed a kind of M shape, you can say. So like a kind of M shape I have designed, and now this is my character. Now I can go back to block coding, and this character will be now there. So like whatever, like if I click on move, this character will be moving. Okay, so this way I can make my own characters and then can use them. So let's start with the first program. So for this, I'm going to start from very beginning. Let's select block based coding option. Okay, so here in this part, I will be going to guide you how to create a very basic simple animation using PictoBlox. So to do this, let's first add a background. Go to choose backdrop, and here I can select any of the background. So I am selecting forest background for now. Let me drag and drop character to a suitable area. Okay, now before attempting any program or like solving any problem, you should have clear understanding of current stage and what should be your output or final stage. So my problem statement is like what I wish to actually do is I wish to make this character move from this area to this, and again this, like keep on repeating doing that. Okay, so that's my main goal. I have added a like good background. My character is there. So we need to like break down the whole problem into steps first. How we will be going to achieve that inside our mind, and then logically align those steps, and then only attempt it. Okay. So like I have like whole understanding in my mind, like that I wish to make this character move, how I will move. So like this is something relating to movement. Okay, this character is moving. So like for sure to move this character, we have to go to motion block palette, because that's the area where I can find blocks relating to motion. So at very top you find block, just move. So I can use this block to move this character. But I don't need to click again and again. Like I need to continuously click on that part. So first way is like I can increase the number of steps, maybe let's say 100. But this is like not the actual right way. So what I can actually do is like I is still like clicking again and again after 100 steps, but I wish to make it run continuously. So this part can be done with control, and inside control you find forever. So forever is an infinite loop, and if I execute it, my continuer will character will keep on moving. Now you notice that the character stops automatically at the any of the boundary wherever it goes. So like the character is actually stopping at the edge. So that's like one of the problem. So this is known as debugging, which is like actually like understanding your problem by like working over program and then trying to resolve it. So this is like an important part of program, which is to trying to resolve an error inside, or like maybe bug inside a program. Now we notice the bug or like a kind of error in our program. Now we will be going to resolve that. Our character is actually stopping at edge. So if you remember in motion palette, we find a block which is like if on edge the character bounce. So it is like if the character touches edge, the character will automatically bounce in opposite direction. So I need to do this again and again, because like multiple times it can attach or like touch the edge. So I can attach it like this. Now let me execute it. So now first problem is resolved, and now we have another problem, which is like character is moving left, right again and again. That's fine. It is like even not stopping at block, but this time it is turning around. Like it is like actually changing its direction. But we don't wish this should be happen, because it's like little odd. So let me stop the code first. And like for this again, we have find or like used or explained the block in very starting, which is side rotation style, left to right. I don't wish to rotate. I wish it to move only left, right. And this is just like an order. So if I execute this block even a single time, this will keep on happening. So that's why there is no need to edit inside forever. I can execute it outside only one time, and then our character will automatically start working randomly. So let me start the code again. And now you can see my character is perfectly moving left, right. And even this time it is not, even it is like not like turning around. Okay. Now, if you wish to add some animation, we can change the costumes of that character repeatedly, which will do a flipbook kind of effect and make us look like the character is moving. Okay, let me stop the code, and then looks. Inside looks, you will find switch costume. So I will switch the two of the costume, which is like walking pose after a certain delay, walking 1, and then maybe walking 2, and then in between I will add a delay of, you can say, like 0.2 seconds, and at the end as well, because after this it will directly coming over there. Okay, so the requirement of adding a delay at back is this, like if I'm not adding this, it will directly go from, because it's forever loop, it will be in a circle, keep on executing again and again. So what will happen after costume 2, it will directly jump over there and come to costume 1, which is like a kind of glitching kind of effect it will provide to us. So to make our program like a continuous or like properly working, we have to add this at the end as well. Now let's look. So now you can see it is like providing us a look that our character is actually like walking step by step in the garden kind of environment. And if we wish to make it full screen, let's me attach on the green flag so that I can execute it inside full screen as well. Okay, now I can click on this full screen and can enjoy Tobi walking. So like this way you can see like our character is walking like continuously from one area to, like one corner to another corner again and again. Okay, so this is the like very first animation which we can easily do. I will attach the link to this program in the description below, from where you can download this script and can try hands-on over it. Okay. Now, second is, now let's try to create a very, very basic and simple game using block-based coding. So the game which we will be going to create is known as Beetle image. So for this game, we need another character. So I can delete this one and let's add a character which is Beetle. So you can like scroll down and search, or otherwise you can search over there. So let me add Beetle. Now the character is there, and like I know what I am actually designing. That's why I'm I have an idea what actually we are designing, the problem statement. So our goal is to design a game where we can move this beetle using our like laptop arrow keys, and then by avoiding those black lines, we have to reach to the apple. Okay. Now, if you think just look at the area. The beetle is like a quite bit large as according to the gap between these two lines. So what I can do is I can change the size, but we are doing programming, so let's do it programmatically, not directly. So size is something relating to looks. So let's go to looks, and here you will find set size, not change. Change will decrement or increment the current value, but we are actually setting the size. So let me do it 50%. Let's check it. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay. Now, like whenever we are starting a game, the game is not like if I'm just starting game by clicking on a green flag, it will start from this place. But I wish to make it start only from the starting line. Even like when you are racing, the race is starting from the racing line or like the starting point. So whenever I'm clicking on green flag, because I wish to start the game on clicking green flag, I wish this character should be there. So I need to find the coordinates of this place, which is X and Y axis. So what I will do is, one way is like I can put this character over there and I will get the X and Y coordinates. Or other thing is if I go to motion, because it's something related to motion or movement where like moving character. So I will find go to X, Y. And if notice, like wherever I'm moving, the X and Y is automatically updating. Okay, so I will put it over there and then I can place it. Now it is not like working over there. It only works when it is in like a block palette area. Okay. So now if I click on this, my character will automatically go over there, which is like in very starting of the game, my character will automatically go to the starting area. So let me attach it over there. So as soon as I click on the green flag, my character will automatically come to this part. Okay. Now, even if you wish to change the direction of this character, maybe to look forward in this direction, maybe in this direction, you can change that as well. And direction is again like in this direction it is looking. Again, something relating to looks. So I can go to looks and then, okay, sorry, this time it's something relating to motion. And here I can find point in direction and then can change the direction of the character. So let's say I wish to make it move or look forward. Done. So I can move my character wherever I wish to, and if I start the game again, it will start from the same point. So it's done. Now, I wish to check whether my character, I wish to make my character move in any specific direction. So for that, I again need to go to events, and from events, I can use these keys. So when I'm pressing maybe up arrow, I wish my the character to move in forward direction, backward, left, right, whatever. So for up, I wish to make it go up direction. So I can use move because it's something related to movement. So if I'm clicking on move, it is moving in forward direction. But how can I make it move in left or right? So movement is actually direction dependent. So if it is looking maybe in this direction, which is 90, let me make it. And now if I move, it will move in this direction. So this is direction dependent. So when I wish to make it go up, I can make it this and then this. Now it will make the character go in up direction. I can duplicate this 4 times so as to create for like maybe 3 more times so as to create it for like down, left, and then right, and this one is for left. Okay, done. Now on down, I wish to make it go down, so I will change the direction to down, and then it will automatically go towards down. For left, I need to change the direction to left, which is this. Let me hold the bar and make it left. And for right, let me change the direction to right. It's done. So let me arrange them like this properly. Okay, so I hope my code is visible to you properly and like it's done. So if I execute it now, as soon as I clicked, my character is automatically over there, and now I'm controlling it using the up and down arrow. So if you think like my character is moving a little faster or slower, you can like change the move steps accordingly, and then can adjust them accordingly, the speed, etc. So I can make this character move. But for now, if I'm touching the green, like of the black line, nothing is happening. I can directly make it move. Okay, like this, but nothing is happening. So what I wish it to sense the colors. And if you remember when we are in sensing palette, we l- found a block there which identifies color which is touching, which the character is touching. So we can check for these colors as well. So I can go to control, and inside if I can check for the color. So what we will do, we will check for two color, which is black and then red. So let's select the color first. Let me select the black color first. Okay, I can use dropper and selected black color, and then duplicate it like this, and let me select red color on this part, which is for the winning. So when the black color is touched, what I can do is I can like maybe say game over for 2 seconds, and when red game won, so let's say game over, and here I can say game over. Okay, and if you are like interested in playing some sound, you can play some sound as well. So let me connect them together as well, not inside each other, just after each other like this. Okay, and once the game is over, I wish to make them move to starting line as well. Okay, so like you notice like when the game is over, it starts again from the starting line. So once the game is over, I will move them to starting point again, even after game winning, even after game losing. And if you're interested in playing some sound, go to sounds, custom sound. Here I can search for sound, and let's add like win. Okay, so this sound I will use when the character won. And let's search for some lose, or okay, there is no sound for lose. Let's search some other sound. Maybe not even error sound. So you can select like any of the other sound as according to you. So like let me go to sports. It's not there. Okay, lose. It's there. Maybe I misspelled something. Okay, so now we do have both of the sounds. If you go to sound, I can select the sounds from here. So I can play the sounds. So let's say if game like as soon as the game over, it says game over, and then play sound lose if it touches black color, and play sound like red. If it touches red color, it will play triumph sound, which is like winning sound. Now, if I execute this code, it will still not work. Why? Because we are not actually checking for these conditions. We need to attach them as well. What if I attach them like this? Will this work? No, this will still not work, because this only check for the condition only once when we started code. But we need to check these conditions continuously, regularly. So as to do this, what we can do, we can put them inside forever like this, and now it works perfectly. Now you can see that this color is highlighted in yellow, which means our code is executing. And now if it touches black color, the game will be over. And after like some time, it will be at starting position. Now I can start again, and I can make this character like try to move this character without touching the black line. So let me try to like complete this game. Okay, and as soon as I reach the red, after the game one, you can also display some text over there. It's totally up to your creativity and innovation. And again, the characters at the same place. So I hope now you have like a clear understanding of like using PictoBlox, and then how you can design animations, how you can design games into the same software PictoBlox. Okay. So if you have any doubts, question, you can let me know in the comment section below.
Okay, so that's all for this video. We have covered all of the blocks of normal block coding option and even implemented multiple programs till now. In next part, we will be going to cover the extensions feature, Python, ML and XR 3D environment. If you have any question, doubt or suggestion, you can leave the same in the comment section below. So thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe us. Thank you.